I'm Victoria Angel Hart. I'm the founder of Tap into Freedom Psychedelic EFT and Vocal Confidence Training. I'm a UCLA trained and IMTA certified mindfulness meditation teacher and coach. I've been a professional vocalist since I was 9 years old, and I've released music on 3 record labels. It's been so fun. Also a featured teacher and musician on the Insight Timer Meditation app, where I have over 1 million plays and I've taught over 20,000 students from all over the world. And what's relevant for today is that I'm a 4-time certified emotional freedom technique, or EFT, tapping practitioner. And in this video, we'll be exploring how tapping with mindfulness can help be an ally for you when you've got performance anxiety. I've done this work myself, and I've also coached Mars through his own incredibly potent life transformations, along with hundreds of other students. So I'm excited to share this technology with you to reduce or even eliminate your own performance anxiety. So what is EFT? It's a powerful tool that you're about to use for emotional healing and personal growth. It combines elements of cognitive therapy, exposure therapy, and somatic stimulation. It's really similar to acupuncture, but instead of needles, we use our fingertips to tap on the meridian endpoints in the body, mostly the face, the chest, and the hands. This helps to release stuck energy and emotions throughout the body. And this process has been shown to significantly reduce the intensity of negative emotions like performance anxiety and physical discomfort. It leads to lasting transformation, and that's why I love it. Science has demonstrated that EFT actually does lead to measurable changes in the brain and in the body. Studies using functional MRIs have shown that EFT decreases activity in the amygdala, which is the part of the brain that's responsible for processing fear, anxiety, and other intense emotions. And this reduction in amygdala activity correlates with decreased stress levels and improved emotional regulation, aka you perform better. One of the key mechanisms behind the effectiveness of EFT is neuroplasticity. That's your brain's ability to reorganize itself by forming new neural connections. When we combine the physical act of tapping, like this, with focused attention on the issue that we have, such as performance anxiety, and we bring in positive affirmations, we're actually rewiring our brain. It's like magic. You can think of it as deleting the bad code, the negative thought patterns and beliefs that no longer serve us. They came from childhood mostly, and replacing with good code, new, more beneficial ways of thinking and being. By adding positive possibilities and consciously creating a new reality through our tapping statements, we're actively engaging in this rewiring process so that we reduce or even eliminate performance anxiety. And I want to take a moment to share about the most important part of EFT, which is bringing in love, acceptance, and empathy. These elements are crucial to the effectiveness of Tap into Freedom. When we approach our issue like performance anxiety with love and acceptance rather than with judgment or frustration, and we bring in empathy, we really heal more because that's what we're longing for. And this empathy and kindness really lets the parts of us that are struggling to feel heard finally relax and soften, so we can invite in new positive possibilities that they couldn't see before. And the most important thing you can give yourself is permission to stop listening to the negative stories in your mind and actually start tuning in and listening to your heart as you tap. My last name really is Angel Heart. I have a little angel heart here. And I have found so much of my own healing and transformation from heart connection using EFT. I've got a lot of certifications in it, and over the last few years, it's really helped me to connect to my intuition, to my heart, and find the truth inside of me behind all of the stories, especially when it comes to my musicianship. And we all have musicianship stories because we've grown up in a perfectionistic musical culture. And these stories have been creating our reality, but often reality is larger than we can imagine in our narrow view of the world from our childhood. And so when we tap, our brains become more plastic. And we have the opportunity to expand and look at our musicianship, our performances, in a way that wouldn't normally be available to us. I like to call this part of tapping instilling the positive possibilities, because it's so vital to realize that instead of being a victim to what happened to you in the past and in previous performances, as we tap, we actually get clear that we can consciously create our reality now and for the future. I'm excited. I want to show you all the tapping points we're going to use so you can really make sense of what it is I'm talking about. You can use one hand, which is what I'll be doing most of the time, or both hands, whatever is comfortable, and tap in an easy, relaxed pace. Notice if you start to rush and let yourself slow down. It should really feel soothing when you tap, much like how a parent pats a baby to help it calm down. There's 16 points for us to learn, and once you have them memorized, you can use them on your own for the rest of your life. So you start here, at the top of the head. Just take a deep breath. Remember, you can use one hand or both hands. Then come down to the inside of the eyebrow, over to the side of the eye or the temple, under the eye on the cheek, and with one hand under the nose, on the chin. Then we move down here to the center of the chest and all around the front of the chest. Then in the front of the ribs and out to the side of the ribs under the armpit, either tapping like this or using one hand to go across the other. Then we come to the inside of the wrist and then to the top side of the thumbnail. And then we tap on the top of the index finger and we tap on the top of the middle finger. But the ring finger is different. You actually tap on the bottom because the meridian ends right here. And then you go back to the top for the pinky. And the final point is here on the side of the hand. It's also called the karate chop point. You did it! Those are all the points that you need to know. But don't worry, you don't have to have them memorized. I'm going to talk you through them all along the way. Throughout our session, I will tell you what point to be at every single time, and you can actually have your eyes closed, or you can keep them open while we're tapping, whichever one feels more comfortable for you. I will always tell you where to tap so you don't have to think about it, and you can really focus on letting go of your performance anxiety. How does tapping actually work? It's call and response. I'm going to say a phrase, a sentence, and then I want you to repeat it back to me out loud. And I'll ask you to fill in the blanks with your own specific feeling, your specific details. And it's crucial that you say it out loud if it's possible, because saying it out loud really reinforces the new pathway in the brain that we're creating when we hear ourselves say it. But if the words that I use don't quite land or feel right, please change them to make them more accurate for you. Don't just parrot me. The most important thing as we tap is that the words actually resonate with your experience and your brain feels a yes to those words. When it comes to the acceptance phrases, which I'll explain in a second, there's different levels. Acceptance is all about love and acceptance. So you can say, I'm open to the possibility of loving and accepting myself. Or if you feel a little bit more acceptance, you can say, I'm open to loving and accepting myself. You can go a little bit stronger if you're really feeling it. Just, I love and accept myself. And finally, you can say, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. But if you feel triggered and you're like, I cannot say any of that right now, you can just simply look around the room and say, here and now, I'm okay. Here and now, I'm safe. We use these acceptance phrases as part of a technique called psychological reversal, or I call it a mindfuck. It's where we put these seemingly contradictory ideas, like, even though I feel anxious, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. We put them together, and this paradoxical statement creates cognitive dissonance, which scrambles your brain, disorganizes it, and allows you to have the formation of new neural pathways by shaking up your brain. It's like, wait, what? These things that don't actually go together are going together. And then that's the magic of how tapping works. There's some things that you might experience during tapping that could surprise you. Your body can do silly things. You might burp really loudly. You might fart, you might laugh, you might cry, you might yawn. I yawn a lot. You'll probably hear me yawn. You might get hot or cold, you might get all tingly. There's all these things that can happen in your body. All of it's normal, all of it's welcome. It's called off-gassing, and it's releasing the stored stress from your body. And I also want you to know that sometimes emotions may get more intense before they dissolve. And if it happens to you and you feel it's getting more intense, just stay with it. Keep tapping, trust the process. This temporary increase in intensity is often a sign we're actually really getting to the root of what's causing your performance anxiety, and it will dissolve. So we'll be tapping on different aspects of performance anxiety in this mini tap, and it's also going to set you up to go deeper in the future if you'd like. In the longer tap, we'll also call in things from your childhood, like family patterns and musical experiences from when you were young, beliefs that you've been holding on to. And we work with protector parts that developed when you were young that we're trying to keep you safe. We'll get into it a little bit in this mini tap. So know that healing through tapping is really a journey, and what we're doing here is actually just the beginning. And the integration process will continue long after the session. Yay! I want to invite you to trust in your ability to listen to your body as you reduce your performance anxiety. And I'm excited to support you to begin to tap into freedom. So let's get started. Think about your last anxious performance. Bring it back to mind as clearly as you can. Was your heart pounding? Did you feel hot or sweaty? Put yourself back in that moment, as uncomfortable as it might be, and rate your anxiety from 0, none, to 10, oh my God, it's the worst thing ever. And starting to tap here on the side of the hand, repeat after me. Even though I have this anxiety when I perform, it is what it is. Still tapping on the side of the hand. Even though I feel anxious while performing, I'm open to the possibility of loving and accepting myself. And staying with the side of the hand one more time. Even though I feel this anxiety, I accept that it's there right now. Let's dive in and keep tapping, coming up to the eyebrow. Repeating after me. This anxiety while I'm performing. Side of the eye. My lips start shaking uncontrollably. Under your eye. When I'm anxious, I can't play my best when it counts. Under your nose. I might miss the first note. Tap your chin and take a deep breath. Make some noise. I'm open to the possibility of loving and accepting myself anyway. Remember, you can change the level of acceptance based on what feels true to you in the moment. Tap your chest. Noticing what's here. Thinking back to that anxiety. Maybe recall and say this. My heart's pounding during the performance. And tap the front of your ribs. I freeze like a deer in headlights. Tap under the side of your ribs. Everything falls apart by the end of the performance. Oh, this anxiety. Tap the inside of your wrist and take a deep breath. Make the sound of anxiety. I'm open to the possibility of loving and respecting myself. Tap the top of your thumb. I get anxious when I crack notes in solos. Top of the index finger. My high range feels slippery. The top of the middle finger. I worry that I can't rely on my own technique. The bottom of the ring finger. I'm open to the possibility of loving and accepting myself anyway. And the top of the pinky. This performance anxiety. Tapping the side of the hand. It happens every time I play. Tapping the top of the head. And I'm tired of feeling this way. Make the sound of feeling tired. Tap the sides and the back of the head. What if it doesn't have to be like this forever? Take a deep breath and let that in. What if it doesn't have to be like this forever? Stop tapping and just check in with your body for a moment. How intense is your anxiety now from 0 to 10? Let's keep going. Tap your eyebrow. This remaining anxiety. Tap the side of the eye. I feel it in my... Where is it in your body? Say it out loud. Tap under your eye. Describe it in your body. It's tight, it's hot, it's heavy. Tap under your nose. What sensations are showing you this anxiety? Say them out loud. Tap your chin. Take a deep breath. I'm open to the possibility of loving and respecting myself. Tap the center of your chest. What does performance anxiety feel like right now? Tap the front of your ribs. Is it tight, heavy, fluttery, constricted? Say it out loud. Tap the side of your ribs and really tune in to those physical sensations. They're uncomfortable, but it won't last forever. Tap the inside of your wrists and breathe. I'm open to the possibility of loving and accepting myself. Tap the top of your thumb. Imagine that it melts away. What does that feel like? Tap the top of your index finger and give yourself permission to imagine your performance anxiety melting away. Take a deep breath. I love and respect myself. Now that you've imagined some of it melting away, just tune in. Well, what else is there? Notice this remaining anxiety. And tap the next finger and breathe into it. See if it's still there. Tap the side of your hand. And then come to the top of your head and give some compassion and empathy to the part of you that still feels anxious, and recognize it's actually just trying to help you. This anxiety is a coping mechanism that at one point was effective. It's probably not anymore. Take a deep, noisy breath and let it go. And as you continue tapping, say to your anxious part as you tap your eyebrow, I know you feel anxious. And tap the side of your eye. I'm here with you. Tap under your eye. Thanks for trying to protect me. Tap under your nose and take care of me during performances. Tap your chin. I love and respect you, anxious part. Or I'm open to loving and respecting you. Tap the center of your chest. I understand that you're worried about me. You want me to perform well. Tap the front of the ribs. You're just trying to keep me safe while I perform. Deep breath. Under the armpit. I appreciate your efforts. And tap the inside of the wrist. I love and respect you, anxious part. Tap the top of the thumb. It's okay that you feel this way. Tap the index finger. I'm here with you. Tap the top of the middle finger. I'm listening to you right now. Tap the bottom of the ring finger. I love and respect you. Tap the top of your pinky. We're in this together. Tap the side of your hand. I'm here to support you. Tap the top of your head. We can find a way forward into more easeful performances. Let that start to sink in. Your performances can be more easeful. Take a deep, noisy breath, letting that in. Stop tapping for a second and just notice how your body feels. Has anything shifted? What's your number of anxiety from 0 to 10 now? Let's do one more round to complete this mini tap. Tapping your eyebrow. What if I could feel calm while I'm performing? Tap the side of your eye. Imagine my lips steady and responsive. Tapping under your eye. My high range feeling secure and reliable. Tapping under your nose. Playing through solos with confidence. Tap your chin and take a deep breath. I love and respect myself. Tap the center of your chest. Feeling excited to share my music. Tapping the front of the ribs. My body relaxed and my breathing easy. Tapping the side of the ribs. Connecting with the audience through my playing. Tapping the inside of the wrist. I love and accept myself. Tap the top of your thumb. Feeling confident throughout. Tap the top of the index finger. I am open to these new possibilities of my life without performance anxiety. Tap the top of the middle finger. My skills improving with each performance. Tap the bottom of the fourth finger. My confidence improving with each performance. Tap the pinky. Enjoying the process of growth. Tap the side of the hand. I trust in my preparation and my experience. Tap the top of your head. I'm capable of managing my anxiety and playing well. Take a deep breath. And how do you feel now that you're imagining these possibilities? Tap the front, the back, the side of your head. And take some noisy, deep breaths and then tap all over your body as we bring this session to a close. And check in one more time. How intense is your performance anxiety now from 0 to 10? How does your body feel? How do your emotions feel? The power of Tap into Freedom comes from this ability that we have to somatically regulate the nervous system while processing undigested material from earlier in life. So congrats, you took the first step toward reducing or completely eliminating your performance anxiety. So you can actually look forward to giving recitals and taking auditions and playing with a calm, centered, joyful energy and feeling free to express what you want musically without worrying about cracking notes or your lips shaking uncontrollably. Yay! And if you notice any part of you was arguing back and saying, yeah, but, or what if, or I can't, then there's still more work to do, and that's okay. This video has just been a taste of what's possible when you tap into freedom for performance anxiety. We go much deeper in the hour-long tap that's available on my website, victoriaangelheart.com/tap. Or if you're looking for more customized personal support to find freedom from your specific blocks, whether they're musical or in other parts of your life, I have one-on-one spots available as well on my website. So thank you so much for having me, Mars, and thank you everyone in High Range Magic.